Hey guys, it's Toot on Maxwell here, and welcome to another edition of the WWE updates from my TW offline save. We're on to one of the big four. It's the first pay-per-view of 2017, and it's my first ever attempt in TW 2016 at booking a Royal Rumble event, so this is going to be interesting to see how that's changed since last year, and if we still get a good rating because of it. Because of the length of the Rumble match, which is 71 minutes, including entrances, it means that it's not as many segments, so we only have 18 segments, including 2 segments on top of that from a pre-show of people who just basically didn't get in the Rumble or just needed some exposure on an event like this. So we'll explain everything as we go along. Not too much has changed, but it's more so putting some storylines in motion to begin the road to Wrestlemania. Enjoy, guys. Here we go. So in a 50,000 seater venue in the southwest, we've managed to get 43,457 people at the Rice Eccles Stadium. Our opening contest was a pre-show bout that had some decent wrestling but little heat. Bayley and Becky Lynch have defeated the team of Naomi and Tamina in 9 minutes and 45 when Bayley defeated Tamina by pinfall with a hogplex, C61. So a good victory for our babyfaces here. Obviously Bayley and Becky are going to be continued to be pushed. Tamina's contract's about to expire, so she's going to leave, and Naomi will go back to NXT to develop a bit more so we can use her in the future, because she's young enough. Tamina not suited to her gimmick, and the excellent chemistry between Naomi and Tamina. The announcing quality lifted the match. Becky Lynch with a solid 74 performance, so she's really good now. Bayley with the 65, Tamina 37, and a 41 for Naomi. So not too bad, but could be better. And the negatives here are mostly going to be for Naomi and Tamina. But I think once we get Naomi to NXT, I think she'll firmly develop into a very good worker. And our second pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Kalisto defeated Ryback in 9:47 by pinfall with a basic roll-up. C59, Kalisto with a 64, Ryback with a 49. His contract's up, and I'm just going to let him go as well. No real plans for the big guy. Interesting to see if TNA picks him up. And negatives there, both for inconsistency and the poor momentum of Ryback. So pretty basic pre-show, but then again, most WWE pre-shows tend to go that way. So we start the show, and basically Michael Cole and JBL introduces to a feud that is capturing the imagination of the WWE Universe. Basically now we have Team Balor, which is the BC. You might recognise that name from a TNA save, I just carried it over. But it's him, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson against the Impact players, which is AJ Styles, Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin. TNA Impact players, did you get it? So Balor versus Styles is our main event for our co-main event for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and Cole and JBL make it a C+68. Corey Graves is in the announce team as well, but he'd probably drag the rating down a little bit, so they two hype up to a C+68. Which is reflected on how good they are, and not by Balor and Styles, thankfully. So we start off with a horrible match. Now, this was the 4th time it had to happen, but because of the storyline I'm working, I was taking a massive risk with doing it for the 4th time, so unfortunately we get a disappointment here. A D-38, and then about that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Tyler Breeze defeats Sami Zayn in 14:30 by pinfall with a roll-up. During the match, we also had Brock Lesnar come in and attack Sami Zayn, so Tyler Breeze wins the Intercontinental Championship. So to explain a little bit, I've done these matches before, but I really wanted to put the title on Tyler Breeze, and I have massive plans for Sami Zayn involving Brock Lesnar, so it felt right to put the title on Breeze. So it's a shame it's been done 4th time. It was the worst of their matches, so despite great in-ring performances of 83 and 62, it's flopped here, but it's for bigger things for Sami Zayn going forward, good things for Tyler Breeze going forward. Basically, we had Brock Lesnar return, bump into Sami Zayn backstage, felt disrespected by Sami Zayn, and has decided to attack Sami Zayn at any opportunity he gets. So big things for Sami Zayn. Unfortunately, this isn't the only match that I had done 4 times, so we may have another match that suffers. But that's why I made it at the start of the show. No skill improvements. It's going to happen, but it ties in with the way I want to book WWE going forward, so I will happily take the hit here. Basically after this, Sami Zayn's in the ring and Brock Lesnar continues to beat him down after the match, which gets a B plus 84. It got the crowd hotter and just ties up this feud again that's going to be starting between Sami Zayn and Brock Lesnar. And then we have Tyler Breeze celebrating his victory. He is the new Intercontinental Champion. That is a B minus 76. So Prince Pretty is your Intercontinental Champion. So we're going to try and maybe bring that down the card a little bit because high workers have got it and they help build a new Intercontinental division. Because of course we're going to the brand split, so we don't want main guys carrying that belt to levels that over exceed where it should be. Next up in a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Paige defeated Asuka in 13:58 by pinfall with the Rampage, making defence number 2 of the WWE Women's Championship. C plus 68 is pretty good. Turned Asuka heel on Paige to give Asuka a chance at the title and to try and get her over a little bit instead of her floundering as the third or fourth over babyface in the women's division. Disappointingly, these two don't click. Paige get the 68, 54 for Asuka. Continues the storyline, but I think if that's the case, we'll maybe make a different challenger for probably the Fastlane. I think we'll probably have as a February event. But Asuka's improving performance skills, negatives here, not too much, so decent is still good for the women's division, considering if they did click, that would be into the B minuses, so still happy with that. Next up, Enzo and Cass are on the main roster. Enzo wanted to come up and decided, okay, we'll bring up Big Cass as well, and they cut a promo for their matchup today, which is a C minus 57. No real feuds at the moment, just slowly but surely building them up. Just Cass not suited to his gimmick, so we'll probably like to alter that. And their matchup also get a C minus 57, and about that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Enzo and Big Cass defeated the tag teams that are Dreams and Money, Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, and the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. They eliminated Dreams and Money first and then the Usos. So C minus 57, the Usos are just going to keep jobbing until Jay is back from injury. He was off his game and was slowed down by that injury. But they've got great chemistry. Big Cass with a 53 performance, Enzo 46, Cody Rhodes 63, Ted DiBiase 59, and Jimmy 65, Jay 59. But the Usos will be a threat again just when he gets over the tendonitis in his ankle, I think it is. Or his shoulder, I think, possibly. He's got one, Del Rio has the other. But Big Cass is improving performance skills. Quite a few negatives there. But again, it's building up Enzo and Big Cass from the beginning. Next up, we then have an interview with Tyler Breeze, just getting his thoughts on the victory earlier on, just saying it's a shame that Sami Zayn had to get attacked by Brock Lesnar, but he's the champion and he's going to go and celebrate with his manager, Tania. C plus 70 continues their storyline, and you can see he's getting much better ratings because of his level of overness at the moment. Next up, this was the other one that had the fourth time, and thankfully wasn't as bad as their match earlier on, but about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Gallows and Anderson defeat the DMG, Detroit Machine Guns, in 15:08, when Carol Anderson defeated Alex Shelley by pinfall with an Anderson spinebuster. Gallows and Anderson win the WWE World Tag Team titles, so decided, could we possibly see all the championships go from the Impact players to the BC? The tag titles have went that way, which gets a C64. Gallows was off his game, as was Chris Sabin. Sabin is getting better than his gimmick. Lack of psychology is pretty disappointing. It did get the crowd buzzing, which I was hoping would help the match up. Be better than the other ones we've had, but not to be in this occasion. Gallows and Anderson with a 76 rating, Sabin 79, Alex Shelley 80. Continues the Battle of the Clubs storyline. We'll probably add more guys into this tag team division in this feud, or we'll either do a 6-man tag or something along those kind of lines. Next up, we've got a video hyping the match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton, a B81. Obviously, Shinsuke is getting all this fame because he keeps winning, and Randy Orton's a bit disappointed by the lack of opportunities from WWE and the fact that everything's going Shinsuke's way. Match itself, disappointing, was only a B76, but it was an exceptional match. Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Randy Orton in 18:47 by pinfall with a Samoan driver. Nakamura makes defense number 4 of the WWE United States Championship. So it gets a B-76 despite having an 89 in-ring for Nakamura, 92 for Randy, and it continues the storyline. Shinsuke improves his performance skills. Let's see the negatives. So just basically because the storyline is over and it was lacking, it was capped for short length, even though I gave it 18 minutes. Okay, maybe I need to make that longer in the future, but still pretty decent, and Shinsuke continues to get to the top of the WWE. Next up, we have a promo with AJ Styles hyping up the match with Finn Balor. B77 just saying, he's the true leader of his faction. The BCO were nothing and was nothing under under Finn Balor, and AJ Styles basically had to turn them into what they are today. So everything is all thanks to AJ Styles. Nothing else really to speak of there. Limited for being short. We had a bit of time constraints, and that's a B77. It's amazing how you can barely fit anything in because of the Royal Rumble. Next up, we get the hype video for the match, which gets a B+85, just your normal. You get the promo, then you get the hype package between AJ Styles and Finn Balor. How will the match draw though? This is our co-main event. Also gets a B+85, so very well done from them. An exceptional match. AJ Styles has defeated Finn Balor in 24 minutes and 46 by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. AJ Styles makes defense number 3 of the WWE World Heavyweight title. So delighted with the B+85. The announce job by Corey Graves was pretty weak. Both men scored a 92 rating in ring, so gutted that couldn't get that rating a little bit higher. And the club revisited storyline continues. No skill improvements. Negatives again was a lack of associated storyline. Corey Graves and the declining physical ability, so hopefully we can get some storylines over the line. I have neglected a few to make sure we get good ratings, but that was one of the storylines that was over. But that should probably continue, and we may see them go back at battle again at the February event. Next up, we've got Kevin Owens just pleading his case that he's going to win the Royal Rumble, which gets an A89. I'm not talk too much in depth about this promo in the next one because there's a lot to cover. And the Royal Rumble itself. Then get Roman Reigns saying that he's going to win the Rumble. His performance was good, and I get an A90. So that's 2 superstars in the Rumble at the moment. And here we go, the Rumble itself. How will it score? B+86, so that's pretty good. Right, I'll get through all the participants. So we had Alberto Del Rio, Apollo Crews, Big E, Bray Wyatt, Brock Lesnar, Cesaro, Chris Jericho, Darren Young, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan returning, Hideo Itami, with the debuting Jay Lethal, with John Cena, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Luke Harper, Randy Orton, debuting Bobby Roode, so 2 debuts in the match, Roman Reigns, Rusev, Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, Sheamus, Shinsuke Nakamura, The Miz, Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd, and Xavier Woods. So delighted that I got a B+86. It was about, they had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, and Seth Rollins wins the Royal Rumble in 65 and 50. The other members of the Final Four were Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and Cesaro, with Roman Reigns being the final elimination. Brock Lesnar got the most eliminations over the course of the match, and Seth Rollins set the record for surviving the longest, so he was your Iron Man. Seth Rollins wins the Royal Rumble. So he's going to WrestleMania to challenge for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Who that will be against remains to be seen. B+86. A lot of notes here, so we'll try and get through it as quickly as possible. Del Rio was slowed by injury. Bray Wyatt's getting better at his gimmick. Dean Ambrose was off his game. Jay Lethal has debuted a fan favourite gimmick. He's going to be babyface, which get above average. Kofi's not suited to his. Bobby Roode debuted an egomaniac gimmick, which got an initial rating of very good. Eric Rowan's turning heel shortly, so that was just subtle mannerisms before that. It continued the storyline between Cena and Big E, Cesaro and Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn and Tyler Breeze, Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton's storyline as well. Rusev and Seth Rollins' storyline has advanced, so quite a few storylines advancing with this Royal Rumble. A lot of skill improvements as well. Roman Reigns in Rumble, Kofi Kingston in technical and performance, Tyson Kidd in technical and performance, technical skills for Seth Rollins, performance skills for Bobby Roode, technical for Samoa Joe and Luke Harper, Rusev in flying, and performance skills for Shinsuke Nakamura, Hideo Itami, and Apollo Crews. So good there. and there's going to be a lot of negatives here. Actually, too many. I thought there'd be a lot more. So quite a few there. Declining for physical ability, for having so many competitors. That is a Royal Rumble, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that overall. So it's not terrible. It's not the end of the world. It's still a main event worthy rating. I'm ending the show having picked up the victory. Seth Rollins celebrates in the ring. Just a B86. Shame that couldn't get a bit higher, but came across well, and he is the 2017 Royal Rumble winner. So overall, B plus 84 will get her pop up in some regions, not in others, but I'll take it. The Royal Rumble is always a tricky one to try and play out, especially with that. Maybe a bit disappointed a few matches scored as low as they did, but it's a learning curve to stop booking as many singles matches I want to try at pay-per-views between Raws and SmackDown, so still happy with that. I think we have to give the speech to Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Seth Rollins. So we'll say each of these guys were pointed out as good examples. Balor's pleased, Styles is pleased, and Seth is pleased. So the main thing is we don't lose pop. We're capped now at national just so I can get us to a good level of importance. So I don't want to get to international and then drop straight away. I'd rather just stay at national for a long time and do as well as possible. So we'll double check here. We'll get 43,000 to say. The show was awesome and get good feedback, so that's good to see. A few things here regarding Dragon Gate. NXT World at the weekend. How did that do? Mia Yim defeated Marty Bell. I think that's a couple of knockouts there, but they were part of the main event, so that's cool. Mia Yim is the MVP as well. Graduate going to RPW. But nothing overly interesting there that really affects us. Now we've got a lot of stuff. Right, so we finished first out of 2 in Japan, so that's good. Dragon Gate have offered a deal to Neville, so we'll need to battle for Neville. We're going to get rid of superstars, so that's cool. The contracts can expire. Sistanta's fine as well because we covered that with Sky Box Office. That's 2 offers from Dragon Gate to Neville, so I need to double check we don't lose him. Shinsuke Nakamura obviously did grill in a couple of matches there, so that's understandable. Ryback and Tamina unhappy. But 12.28 for our pay-per-view rating and a 3.58 on television, so all good there. Drug test was 11k. AJ Styles likes what he's hearing from Cody Rhodes. Finn Balor loves Apollo Crews, so that's good to see. I'll keep them up so I remember to give a new contract to Pac. And that's us just giving a new 3-year deal to Asuka. So that's good. We're in this negotiations, but I just want to make sure we don't lose out to Dragon Gate because he's someone I'm going to push when we get to the brand split. So we made good money as well, so that's us into February. So we've quickly look at finances. 6 million again, 6.6 million, so came a long way from the 25 million we started at. Making good profit every month, and I think I might look to do another Japan special this month, so hopefully we can make big profits again and leap into 80, maybe 84, 85 million if all goes well. But that's good there. Let's look at a few guys in their overness to see how it's changed. AJ Styles has dropped in 87, 86, so I might need to try and give him a couple more wins before he gets his next title defence. Who else? Apollo Crews up to 47s, so he's making good progress. Bailey at 44s to 47s, some 42s in there as well. Becky Lynch is respectable at 56. Cesaro rocking high between 85 and 90s in overness. Scroll down here, it's just the main ones we're looking for. Finn Balor 86, 87, so he's pretty much the same level as AJ Styles. The others want to check. Cena's still good at 88, so he's pretty over still. Kevin Owens is again just getting to that next level. Next one I want to check is really like Tyler Breeze and stuff like that. Randy Orton, same again, 81s, so maybe needs a little boost there, but I think that would have given a good boost to Nakamura. Sami Zayn has dropped a good bit because of his jobbing to Tyler Breeze, but it makes a start at Tyler Breeze, and Sami Zayn is going to get the strong push going forward. Sasha Banks at 58, so she's fairly over. She reminds me of Paige, not Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella's done basically. Paige is at the 60s, so she's really doing well, getting over. Shinsuke Nakamura, 86s, 87s. So he's pretty much over in the US, but then look at that, 98s in Japan. So guess who's getting a main event match when we go to Japan? Apart from that, Tyler Breeze, where are you? Tyler Breeze, 65. So he's pretty much up. He says the mid card, but I'm pretty sure we could push him to an upper mid card as he is the new Intercontinental Champion. So things are going well. Enjoying the save. I just need to make sure we get everyone as over as possible going forward into Wrestlemania. Obviously, we've got Fastlane first. So I think it's 3 weeks to Fastlane in game, and then it's a big 5-week push to the biggest event of the year. Also, boy, if W can't mind what what it actually stands for, but bought them out anyway. It's a Japanese company, so I just need to retire those belts. Intercontinental Championship is prestigious, dropped to 65. Ideal. I didn't want it to be too high. Give some other guys an opportunity with it. This is only the third champion I've had in this save. Miz started with it, then Sami Zayn, and then Tyler Breeze. Money in the Bank starts at 78. The Rumble is at 85 with Seth Rollins winning it. US titles at 70 as Nakamura is still champion. 62 for Paige as she's the 4th women's champion we've had in the space of just under a year. AJ's got the title back up to 82, so that's pretty good. She's my 3rd champion of this save so far. And a little drop with Gallows and Anderson, but again, the tag titles can float about in the mid card. So things are going well. I wonder what you think of my booking. Let me know what you think. All I can ask is, what do you think of the card? How do you think of some of the ratings? Has there ever been a time where you've had to go a match for the 4th time, even if you didn't want to, and did it deliver, or have you had a similar thing like myself where it's failed? Any predictions for the WrestleMania card? Let me know. And if you've done a Royal Rumble, let me know how you booked that. Who's your Iron Man? Who get the most eliminations? And how did you score overall? So thank you as always for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the episode, if you drop a like as well, it'd be deeply appreciated. Say any comments, I will get back to regarding if it's what a certain skin is, if you need to know where my loading screens are coming from. I can provide all of that information, that's no problem at all. And say if you want more TW content, hit the sub button, these will drop every so often in your inboxes. Of course, you can find more people who book, either via the Fantasy Booker section on Reddit, or from the Grey Dog Software Forums Dynasty section. So you get your mixture there of written and YouTube videos regarding stories. So highly recommend it. There are some amazing reads there. I tend to be a guy who just kind of lies in bed and reads people's dynasties when it comes to the written ones. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Deeply appreciate it. And now I'm going to go and book to Fastlane. What a name for an event. Fucking terrible. But thanks again, guys, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.